What's up, my YouTube family? It's your favorite broker and host, Wayne Chappelle, and I'm back at you with another video today. This video I'm going to title Overcoming Obstacles, and I'll get into that in a minute, but I definitely had some challenges today trying to get this deal, this real estate deal that I've been working on from, totally falling apart. And I think I've been successful and came up with a good solution that's going to satisfy both parties. And I'll get into that in a second. But first, let me do some housekeeping. For those who don't know me and who don't know who the hell I am and have never watched any of my videos here on YouTube. So let me get this housekeeping out of the way and we'll get into the topic of today's video. For those who don't know me and who haven't watched any of my videos, thank you for taking the time to watch this one, and hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel, especially if you're in business or you're a real estate professional. But my name is Wayne Chappelle. I am a licensed real estate broker based out of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm also a multi-state broker. I'm licensed in 4 states throughout the Southeast, being North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. I've been in the real estate business for over 13 years. I have over $250 million, that's 250 million transactions, well, sales volume, I should say. I'll get into transactions in a minute, but over $250 million in sales transactions in my 13-year career, and I have over 1,000 transactions successfully closed. And like I said, I'm not a solo agent. I have been, in the past, but currently I am on a team. And without my team, I would not be able to hit these outstanding numbers that I've hit in my real estate career, especially in short order. My business has pretty much blown up over the past 18 months to 2 years. So I'm truly thankful for my team for supporting me and getting me to this point in my real estate career. So the reason that I'm actually on YouTube, and I mentioned this in my previous videos, but for those of you who don't know, I'm on YouTube because I'm spreading my reach. And what I mean by that is, I spent the majority of my real estate career focused on, buyers. Well, not buyers, I'm sorry. I've been spending like I said, this video is raw, uncut. What you see is what you get. This is an unedited video. But the majority of my real estate career has been focused on people, clients and customers and the consumers who want to buy or sell real estate. And I have been shifting my focus geared more internally towards the real estate professional, buyers, brokers, realtors that are struggling in the business. So I see a big need with that. And I mentioned in my previous videos in regards to the real estate dropout, the high turnover rate and the high failure rate in the real estate industry. So I do mentoring, coaching, training, and one-on-ones with folks in my local community. And I'm just expanding my reach, right? I can reach a lot more people here on YouTube. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. Like I said before, this channel is about, has my name on it, but it's really not about me. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve as far as real estate production. I'm out here to help others and to serve others, especially in the real estate industry, in business. So that's the reason why I'm here. I know it's been long-winded, but this is why I'm on YouTube, and this is who I am. So with that being said, the the topic of this video, which I almost forgot what I wanted to cover today. The topic of this video is overcoming obstacles. And the reason that I'm bringing up this topic today is because, and I like to do these things in the moment while I'm experiencing it. But I did have a challenging day today in regards to, overcoming a huge obstacle in one of my transactions that I am trying to get successfully closed. And being that I said, I'm a multi-state broker, so this one is actually a transaction that I'm doing down in Florida. Like I said, I'm based out of Atlanta. I do travel, but this specific transaction I'm talking about today is down in Florida, and specifically it's down in Tampa. So down in Tampa, I'm working a transaction now, right? And for those of you who are not licensed in Florida, We have what is called an as-is contract, right? A FAR contract. It's a Florida as-is contract. And pretty much what that means is that, when you go under contract, and I'm representing the seller on the listing side, the seller really doesn't have to do any repairs. You're buying the property as is. And obviously everything in real estate is negotiable. But the premise of the contract is that, it's as is. You're buying the property as is. But you always run into obstacles and situations once you get through, the buyer inspections. And, in that inspection period, buyers come back and say, hey, I found this. If it's nothing major, then, you're going to close because it's an as-is sale. But sometimes you run into major issues. So, getting into what I want to talk about, the major issue and the obstacle that we face with this transaction and, getting this closed, and hopefully, I've come up with a viable solution for both parties. This having to do with the actual HVAC unit. So the HVAC is the heating, ventilating, AC unit, right? So the heating and cooling system of the home. And the problem with the HVAC of this transaction I'm trying to get closed is that, the HVAC is old, right? It's coming up on its, lifespan, right? Its usable lifespan is pretty much at its point right now. And, the HVAC is functioning, but it, and not to get too much into it, you have different temp splits, right? So, the temperature that, is being pumped out through the HVAC and the temp that's, being drawn back in, that's what they call the temp splits between both of those. But not to get too much in depth, the problem is that the buyer wants a brand new HVAC unit. And my seller's like, no, I'm not putting in a new HVAC unit. This property is being sold as is. And, there's some issues with the HVAC unit, right? And the buyer is already at high alert because now they're thinking, hey, if there's some issues with this HVAC unit now, they're going to possibly be on the hook for getting this replaced in short order. And that very well might be the case, but you got to remember, in this circumstance, we're dealing with the Florida FAR as-is contract. So my seller really doesn't have to do anything, but obviously we want to get this property sold. I'm not in business and not to get stuff sold. I want to get stuff sold, and I want to do what's right. So I always try to find out what is the solution to this, to the problems. And that's what the video is about. It's about overcoming obstacles. So without getting too long-winded, because I already see myself, it's already late in the day. I probably should be getting ready, to call it a night. But like I said, I'm on a mission to get out 90 videos in 90 days. And I'm trying to, if I don't get it uploaded to YouTube, at least I'm trying to do a video every day. And I've been successful on that mission up to this point. But in regards to overcoming obstacles, and to cut this short and sum this up, what I did to overcome this obstacle being that the buyer said, hey, I want a brand new HVAC system put in here because we have problems with the existing HVAC system that's there. Seller is like, no, this is an as-is contract. I am not spending, X amount of thousands of dollars, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to put in an HVAC unit, right? So they're both bumping heads right now. They're digging in and they're like, well, we're just not we're not getting anywhere, right? We reached a stalemate. And, I love working with my fellow realtors and agents, across the table on the other side of the deal. And luckily for me, I had an agent on the other side of the deal, that wants to get this deal done too. So we're working together. We're not fighting each other, although the buyer and the seller are, fighting each other. So at least us as the real estate professionals, we're trying to work together to come up with a viable solution. So what I suggested, and I've ran across this, scenario many times before, And granted, the agent that I'm working with on the buyer side is a newer agent, right? They've been in the business a couple of years, but they really, came to, the assumption that, hey, this is not gonna, be successful, and we're gonna have to basically terminate and cancel the contract. And I let them know, hey, hold on, let's try to figure out something that's going to be, viable for all parties, right? So what we wound up doing, and I'm watching the time on the video here on my phone, what we wound up doing to overcome this objection of the buyer and seller just digging in and not wanting to do anything is providing a home warranty, right? So I reached out to the agent. I said, hey, this is what we can do. I'm going to have the vendor, I'm going to get an HVAC vendor. I work with a lot of them. So I'm going to have an HVAC vendor go out there, and, the seller's going to have this HVAC system service. We're going to bring it up to the levels where it should be, right? Obviously, it's an older unit and it has to be replaced at some time. But if we can get this unit up to where it should be, and it's operating, at a sufficient, operating capacity, meaning that those temps, those split temps, are in a sufficient degree pattern, hopefully we can get this closed if, I can get the, the seller to throw on a home warranty, right? So typically with home warranties, if something's broke, the home warranty company is not going to come out there and fix it, right? It has to be working at the time, when you get your home warranty. That's typically how things work. So we went out there, I had the HVAC contractor go out there and, get this system up to where it needs to be, right? In sufficient performing standards. And my seller agreed to, provide a home warranty. So, rather than spending $4,000 or $5,000, my seller agreed to spend $400 or $500 to get the home warranty and provide that to the buyer, to give the buyer a little bit of peace of mind, knowing that, hey, if they close on this, we're set to close here in about a week or so, in about 7 to 10 days. And, to ease the mind of the buyer, being able to close this deal and knowing that they got a little bit of peace of mind, even though it's not a new HVAC unit, they have a peace of mind knowing that there's a warranty that's on this unit that, the seller's paid for, and that's going to cover this unit in case something happens, in the near future. So we were able to overcome that obstacle of not getting this to closing, and I'm hoping and, praying that nothing else pops up. We already got the appraisal back, and the appraisal's good. So in the foreseeing, I'm not going to jinx myself, but hopefully nothing else pops up in this transaction, and we're able to successfully close this in the next couple of days. So I just wanted to give you guys, what's going on, and, the topic of this video based on an experience that I had today. And I have many of these every single day. But what are you guys doing to overcome your obstacles? ? Is my question to you guys. So I'm presenting that to you. I need you guys to put your comment and feedback below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to build out this community so that we are providing value. I'm hoping to provide value to you. I'm hoping that you guys are providing value to me and to everybody else that's involved in our community. And I know this video has been long, but if you have watched it up to this point, I feel truly blessed that you're here with me for the long haul. You watched the video. I ask that you please like this video. I ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And with that being said, I want you guys to go out there and have a blessed day. Go out there and make it happen. And I'll see you guys on the next video.